I believe the biggest challenge is to be resilient on the difficult times. When some employees made a mistake, I believe that we can sit together and inspire them to not do it again.
We're not talking only about money, right? You have an experience how to deal with such actions in your life with other people, and which is more valuable as well.
Leader is not the one that just point the finger and say do it. The leader is the one that sit together and understand the difficult.
Could you please share a bit about yourself, who you are, and what is your personal journey in iGaming as a professional, as the leader of the industry, and maybe some of the breakpoints, throughout your career that you have?
I am Fellipe Fraga. I am 33 years old, kind of young for many parts of the industry, but at the same time in Brazil, I'm almost a dinosaur since I started on this industry 6 years ago. Just when the market in Brazil opened, our company EstrelaBet started, and I am the employee number one. But my background, I am a lawyer. I used to work with full tie and blazer and having audience with judges and everything. I hated it. And when the first time appeared the opportunity to start a new kind of business in Brazil was very new, like we are like a forest. We must cut the trees in the forest in the beginning. It was challengeable for me, especially because it was talking about sports. At the time in Brazil, it did not have casino, no online games, just sportsbook. And for me, it was a dream to work with sports. I'm completely crazy about it. I breathe football and American football and basketball. So for me, the dream was to work with this. I wondered that I was watching some football games. Instead of that, the reality came to me to just look for spreadsheets on yes. No, but I found myself in this industry. I love what we do. I love to connect to people, to speak new language. At the time, I was not able to have a long conversation in English or Spanish, and now I can do this English, Spanish, Italian, and I felt myself challenged to reach more goals and to learn more and more about the other people, about culture, about the business. And I'm Christian, I'm Protestant, and it's the rule of my life. I try to do my best to follow the preachings of Jesus and the moral beliefs and ethical beliefs, and it is helping me a lot to do what I'm doing, to understand other people, since is the love of God is for everyone. And I'm not here to try to preach, but it's what it's makes
part
me
of you?
part of me. I believe it reflects on my actions, or what I'm trying to do every day. I have two siblings, one sister that will turn 30. She works in EstrelaBet, also responsible for events and part of marketing team. And my youngest brother works in EstrelaBet. He's CEO and founder.
Awesome.
So we used to say that it's a kind of a family business.
It's we can call it.
Yeah, it's very funny since from Monday to Friday, we used to say this. He is my boss, and when it's the weekends, when we have lunch in our parents' house, I'm not the boss, but less the honest brother.
Yeah.
So
is it for you with him to switch these roles, or
no? At the beginning it was terrible. Yeah. We fight a lot to understand the boundaries of this different relation. But we made it. We understood how to, when we're talking about Estrela, we talk about our business, we understand our positions, and we are talking about our family, it's different. Of course, I'm not the boss, but I'm older than him, so I understand. I have more experience of life. I have different point of views, and we manage it. So we try to. I try to avoid talk about business in certain moments, but it's impossible. And then at the end of the day, we're having lunch, eating something in my parents' house or in his house or my house, and suddenly we remember some subject, some point that we did not talk about 1 day ago, but we love it. It's been almost 6 years right now, doing it and changing the not only the industry in Brazil but also the culture in Brazil. The casino are forbidden in Brazil like 90 years, so the contact Brazilians had with this was just in the movies, watching some characters in Hollywood films doing this to play slots, and now we are helping them to have the opportunity of entertainment, a different kind of entertainment in the very hands, very easily, very quickly, having fun and success or not. But personally, I'm very proud to see what we accomplishing. Not only EstrelaBet, but all the industry in Brazil, changing lives, changing the sports in Brazil. The football clubs is well impacted. Brazilian football, we now are getting European players.
Yeah.
For example, Memphis Depay is playing for Corinthians. Yannick Bolasie is playing for my club Cruzeiro, club I support. And it's very nice how the things is going. And especially to see, let's say, my club Cruzeiro getting better.
Getting better, that's right. What do you see after regulation happened in Brazil, right? And how do you see the future for such a market? Because I have an opinion that everything is going to be really, really well organized and okay, right? But I know the people who are not strongly believe in that. I mean, they're really skeptic about what's going on right now in Brazil. What do you think?
Yeah, the regulation was very decided for us. We fight for it for the past years. And it's also understandable that it's not easy for the regulator to understand an industry like ours.
Yeah.
Here in Europe, there is many jurisdictions having the same, so it's easy to travel to connect with casino, physical casinos also, and in Brazil not. So everything is new for them. We had a lot of meetings with the regulators, and we must explain how the industry works, explain the process, explain the technical things, and it is still in the process. The regulation came better than we were expecting, and for the future, we will not allow the illegal operations to work. I'll find a way to block the black market, and only the regular operations keep running. And it's important for the player, for the controls, to have the right games, the right RTP being respected. That's why a lot of certifications is mandatory in Brazil. And we know that it's been tough. Just 6 or 7 laboratories were allowed to certify in Brazil. And there's a lot of providers, a lot of games, a lot of platforms and aggregators and everything. But it's necessary to have those rules. And in our side, it's important to keep in contact with the regulator to adjust anything is needed. But I really believe that the market in Brazil will be good. We will reduce the number of companies, number of operators. Now I believe we have 60 licenses authorized, plus double this number of brands working. And I really believe that this number will reduce. We have merge acquisition, some companies leaving the market. It's natural, and the strongest one will survive on this movement. And Brazilians will have a environment, a good environment to play, and we can involve everything.
I see. Everything is going to be really well organized and really okay. I mean, of course, they have to have some time to make everything clear, right? I mean, it's obvious. You've been from day one of EstrelaBet, right?
Yes.
And you had a previous experience, as you said, with the legal part of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like a lawyer. And after that, you are CBO of EstrelaBet. And I can say that your leadership style has changed, right?
Yeah.
From day one to till now, and from one industry to another. Can you give me a few key principles that you have as a leader? And maybe if you can share how your leadership was changed.
Yeah. First, when I began EstrelaBet, I almost had no experience as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was not so young. I was 26 or 27 something, but I had no team to take care before in my legal period.
Mm-hmm.
In Estrela, actually, I was the first CEO of the company, since the owners had another business to take care, and 1.5 years later, we changed everything, and my brother entered deeply in the company.
Mm-hmm.
He was just owner and become the CEO, bringing experience of marketing. He's a genius. It's incredible how he's just 26-year-old right now, but his mind is brilliant. And I moved to be COO, Chief Operation Officer, and then I start to have a lot of people working for me in different areas of knowledge. And the first challenge I had was to understand those people, to be connected to them, to see that it's people working, and to see their challenges, to see their particularities, their backgrounds, to understand the history and how they can perform well in the company. To see, for example, there was one person, specifically one girl that was working with us in customer support. And then we opened a position for one that can help to create like gifts for our customers, our partners, or something. And we saw that she was very good to create something interesting for this. So we had to feel that
I see.
it's important to move. She become very happier than before. Another guy is still working with us. He's crazy about esports. Completely fan of esports.
Mm-hmm.
I almost don't understand too much of esports. Try to, but not so much. We could connect him more about this in our company. So one challenge I had as a leader is to understand how people can perform better using their skills. And the second is the better part of being leader is to be more bossy, to give orders because it's important to the company, or to deliver orders that came to me from my bosses. But to find the balance between be a boss and be a leader is exactly how we can deliver this command. I believe that we can do it with kindness. Yeah. We can do it like a partner. Leader is not the one that just point a finger and say do it. The leader is the one that sit together and understand the difficulties and do it together. Like I'm traveling and representing the company above all the world, and something the company must to be done by another persons. Especially in operations, I must trust on the people involved, the people I choose to work with us, the moment that they will do the job correctly. So if they did not make correctly, to sit together and understand and explain how we can improve, how we can do it, to give advice for them in personal level and in labor level, everything. The main idea is, if people are happy, they will work better. They will work more with enthusiasm, with energy, with power. It's funny, you say, you love the shirt. Yeah. In Portuguese it's amor à camisa. Like you love your shirt you're wearing. And it's important to motivate people to have the same feeling working in any company, in an operation, in a provider, anything else, to believe that you are making difference in another's life, in the culture, as I said before. It's not just for me that have a C-level, a nice position in the company, but for everyone that work with us to inspire.
What has been the most significant challenge for you as a leader?
The most difficult challenge was to keep the smile on my face in challengeable moments. And we had a few. We had few in the personal level, especially I remember 2021. I had some difficulty in my personal life. My wife suffering with kind of the depression, and my mind was sometimes going. My wish is to be in home with her, but the company needs me and my family needs me working at the same time. And also when the company had difficult times, because every company has difficult times. So when with migrations, when it suffered attempts of attacks, hackers or attempt of frauds, or when we challenge something in the marketing, to take a long breath, to put a smile on the face and to say, let's go forward. Raise our heads and go forward because we are better than this. And we managed. So I believe the biggest challenge is to be resilient on the difficult times. We have moments, struggling moments, and important to be resilient. And that's the moment when I bring to myself the gospel and the scriptures, and I remember a lot of stories that the religion bring to me of challenging moments of. I'm not sure the heroes or saints is the right name for the persons the scriptures gave sample to me, but most of them had hard times, made mistakes, and get over it using God as the reference. And well, one of the good sample we have, David, that I believe for Judaism, of Christianity, of many religions in the world is a good reference. Made a lot of mistakes, a lot, and he was, as the Bible says, some guy that was following the heart of God. You see, and I had one challengeable moment. And talking about David, I remember one of myself. At the moment that we work in different way in Brazil, the site was not like we have today that we can enter, the customer can register and deposit, and especially in Brazil using Pix. At the time we did not have. So we work trusting in like representatives that was not selling the bets for us. And our deal was every Monday you pay the account, you pay your debt with us. And there was one guy, and he was sending me like a print screen. Oh, I send you the money, and we were working so much that I had no time to check if it was okay, those deposits. And a few weeks later, when I would check, none of them was true. He was making scheduled payment, and I did not saw this detail. It was my mistake. It was my responsibility as the director of the company to check it. I had the access to the bank account at the time, and I did not make it. When I saw it was at the time $6,000 something, but for us at the time in the beginning was a huge amount.
Yeah,
was impactful for the company. I almost had a heart attack that day.
Seriously?
Seriously. I was 60 kilo more fat than I am now. I went to the hospital. I had a pain in my back, and when they checked my blood pressure was up to 20 or something. So they lay me down on a bed, give me some medicine to reduce the pressure. I had to promise it. No, I forgot my medicine, and I had forgot, but it was so stressful for me at the time, and a mistake I made, and was incredible because in the regular movement to do for the owners of the company is to fire me, and if they made it, they were right, because it was I will not say unforgivable mistake, but a very strong mistake I made. And they sit with me, and they say to me, Fellipe, we trust in you. We know that you are not involved on this fraud, and they say we can trust you. We believe in you, and we believe that you can bring for us much more than this. So let's try to have this money back.
This is the proper conversation between leader and your teammate.
Yes.
How you motivate them, not through wins, but also through failures that they haven't, because it's really important.
Exactly. Of course, we had situations in the company that was people that really fraud us.
Yeah.
So in this moment, it was not possible because it's a failure of character in operations like we have in this industry. Is not. It's something about forgiving. Forgiving is one thing, but to keep the person working for is different.
That's right. Yeah,
For the safety, so we must do different action. At the time, it was a mistake. So when some employees made a mistake, I believe that we can sit together and inspire them to not do it again. I never do a mistake like this again. I learn and I keep remembering this history.
Of course, you will.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful because at the time they trusted me, and it was a good decision of my leaders because I bring for the company much more than this $6,000.
And we're not talking only about money, right? You have an experience how to deal with such a actions in your life with other people, and which is more valuable as well.
Exactly. So this history that I'm telling you, I told with many of my colleagues, my leadered people that I was leading. I told them this history exactly to inspire, because sometime, and I thank God of this. I'm now in the industry. I'm now in the company. I'm one like everyone.
Same guy.
Yeah, I'm the same guy. I can sit to have a beer, talk about football, talk about life, make fun. It's the same. Yep. I have different opportunities, and I keep running for these opportunities in the industry to know a lot of people from all the world. And my idea is to, when I back home in Belo Horizonte in Brazil, connect with people of EstrelaBet, telling them about we are understand here, learning here, and inspiring them. And another thing I like to inspire people about language, for example. And they saw me in panels speaking English or have meetings in Spanish or Italian, say, "Oh, nice, how you learn?" I said, by myself. No, it's not possible. I said, yeah, a few years ago, I had no money to pay a course of English. Brazil is very expensive. And how you learn? I put in my mind that I must learn English to work. It's necessary.
Yeah.
Brazil is not the world, so I must learn different languages. I start to practice. I start to enter in meetings. My thought was, I need to communicate. I need to explain my point of view. I need to make this business happen. So my first goal is another guy must to understand me. And I keep this in my mind all the time. The audience, I don't know where they are in the world, from Ukraine, from United Kingdom, from Mexico, I don't know. They must understand me. And I start to talk to them. Listen, don't be afraid to talk in different languages. Don't take care about accent. If you don't remember the word, find one.
Find another one, yes.
Explain your point of view. And it was very funny. I'm very glad, since when I opened Duolingo, I started to saw a lot of people working in EstrelaBet becoming my friends in Duolingo and running to interacting with me in Duolingo, and in the comments saying, "Oh, you saw I learned this, I learned this." Oh, congratulations. That's very important, because open doors for not in this industry, but I keep trying to inspire people to acquire more knowledge, to make any course the person are interested to, if in this industry or not, to keep running, keep going, keep trying to learn, trying to evolve yourself.
That's awesome. And to give so much to people, you have to feed up yourself with an energy. You have to do something in your routine which inspire you. Could you please share what is the most inspiration for you?
Yeah, my routine changed a while in the last 2 years. As I said, I was 60 kilo more. And I was very concerned about my health. I thought about a problem with blood pressure I had. I was the 30 years, took a lot of medicine, sleeping badly, had no energy for work. My mind was no good at the time, and I decided to made one of the most important decisions of my life, that to make a bariatric surgery. So I spent many hours in the table in the hospital. They changed inside of me a lot, and to lose weight, and fortunately worked well, and it started to change my life since I changed what I'm eating, and I put in my mind two things. First, 2 months before the surgery, I start to make therapy. I never had done before, and I start to make it. Now it's each 3 weeks. It's easy, but it was once a week. It helped me a lot to understand myself, understand my past, understand why I become so fat, my relation with food, my relation with people. It was very good. And after that, after the surgery, I start to make gym. So every place I go, I try to do this. If having in a hotel, okay. If not, like here in Barcelona, I subscribe myself for a gym just for this week.
Yeah.
To maintain the routine of exercise. Also to study, and I like to read different subjects, not only about leadership and entrepreneurship, literature in general. I just read Conclave. It's Conclave, the name. In Portuguese is Conclave. It's like when the election of Pope.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not Catholic, but I love this subject. I love for me, it's like a World Cup when they are changing the Pope. And also about theology. I try to read the Bible every day. Every year I have a goal. I start January 1st. From Genesis chapter 1, try to read all the Bible. And it's very nice. Since I learn about theology, I learn about God, but I learn about people. Every time I'm reading the Bible, I learn something new. It's like hiding treasures in the scripture. And even if you guys are seeing it or hearing this podcast, I really suggest to take the Bible to understand. If you are not religious, read like a book of history. Yeah, there's a lot of principles and a lot that we can learn about people. So it's part of my routine. Sometimes it's in the very morning, sometimes it's before I sleep. I try to read some 3-4 chapters. In leisure, I love sport, as I say, so it's to watch American football, especially now. Brazilian football is very good, I love it, but as we work a lot of this, my leisure moment I have to relax is when it's late night, like nice. Especially Tuesday, Saturday, Sundays, when I put my babies to sleep, is to have a cheese plate and a wine or whiskey or some small drink like this and watch some American football. I love it. I'm a very family guy, so I'm not the guy that will run to a bar or to hang out with friends. I love my friends, but my priority is my family, to spend my time with my wife and kids. And with this, I can relax. I can put my ideas in the right place, and I be ready for the next day or the next week.
I really feel that, because before work I'm trying to do the routine with the family. We have a breakfast together, always, like amazing. 3 of us with the dog and like with the baby, with my wife. I make breakfast every day. It's like, cooking is my hobby, you know, and I'm doing that every day, and it like feed me up with an energy always. After work I really run back home to spend the time with them before they will go sleep, just because I don't have so many time to spend with them. And this is really important as well. Yeah, and
in our as we travel so much, every single moment with family is important.
Yes, that's true.
And when I'm traveling, I try to at least have some minutes to call, and that's why I love and I thank God about technology. I can't imagine how was my life if I had to travel too much 15 years ago without WhatsApp and FaceTime and Skype and everything else, because I can in 5 clicks I can be in contact with them, to see them and to talk and say I miss you. Especially with the kids, and and the figure of the father is very important.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in any culture. I hope I'm not being sexist of this, because of course the figure of mom is very important. Unfortunately, that a lot of fathers that is not present in the life of the kids,
right.
and so I needed to travel. Is what I'm doing of my best. Elisa, my eldest daughter, she asked me, "Daddy, why you travel so much? What you do?" And I said, Elisa, I shake hands. I make friends. I make friends. My work is to make friends, and I make deals. I say, the friend said to me, I want that Brazilians play my games, and I say I want to have our games in Estrela. So we shake hands and we find a deal. So that's my job. So to do my job, I must to travel. Because I meet my friends in different countries. Yeah. That's what we do. Then I understood why she was asking me this, because part of our job in the relation of people is to watch football games, and she knows that I love football games, and she was wondering, Dad is traveling to see football. I explained to her, Elisa, sometimes my meetings with my friends to make deals is in a football field, so that's why I'm traveling. But for me, it's much better to be with you. And I had opportunities to explain to her, look, you've seen this match in television. I was invited to be in this match, but it was not for work. So I decided to be with you. For me, it's better. And the good thing, she understood, said, okay, Dad.
That's awesome.
Okay, it's awesome. So I try to spend more time as possible with them. When I'm home in the weekends, I love to cook also. When I'm home in the weekends, I try to spend time cooking with them, asking them for help me. So Elisa put the hat of chef and all the clothes, and it's nice. Everything I do in my life, in work level, is not for me, it's for them. I'm blessed to do this for them and love what I'm doing, to work with people, to connect with culture. I had a dream to be a diplomat.
You are like diplomat.
Yeah,
no?
I had two dreams, to
You're
work
doing
with
the
sports
same.
and diplomat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
God gave me the opportunity to work with both at the same time.
Yeah.
So yesterday here at ICE, I have lunch with a friend of mine that's marketing director of Osasuna. I never wondered in my life to have this opportunity to be in Barcelona, having lunch with the director of marketing of Osasuna. And moments like this, we have, it's for me the accomplishment of a dream that I had when I was 13 years old, to connect people worldwide. So I love it, and I thank you very much for inviting me for this.
You know, my dream was to travel a lot and to spend time with people a lot. And I mean, who create that industry and this kind of people who are making that? I mean, it's like you said, it's a blessing to work in such an environment. And the last question, it's going to be a really quick one. It's kind of tradition here. So all of the guests are sharing some quotes or, I don't know, some sentence or words from some books from life that you can share with us. And the main, that changed yourself or shifted your mindset in some way. But the main question will be here, not the exact quote, but how it helped you or how it shifted your mindset or how it changed yourself.
Yeah, okay. When I was up to marry with my wife, we study a lot using, of course, the scriptures, the Holy Scriptures of Bible that inspired us a lot. So we read this sentence, this verse of Bible that at the time represent for us a lot. In the moment of marriage, we had no money. The time we decided to get married with faith, and the things start to happen. And in our life, we start to understand how deep is this, and it's still working with us every time. I had many moments in my life that opened. The quote is the book to the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us, unto him be glory in the church by Christ Jesus, throughout all ages, world without end. Amen. This sentence, this verse, it, for me is very important, since when I told you my wife had depression in 2021, and she was working as a detective in the police of Minas Gerais state, and was a very tough time for us, especially because EstrelaBet was in the beginning. It was completely uncertain, the industry, and we starting to have a different life, but it was the beginning. We have no sure of nothing. And I asked her, what you love to do at most? And she said to me, I love to be wife and mom. I said, perfect, okay, do this. I do the other part of the work in our team. I would work, I'm working, I will be instrumental to provide everything. And she, but I'm like a public employee, so I have a guarantee of job, and you're in an industry very new. I say, let's trust in God. Let's trust in ourselves. I will do my best. If this fail, I will find anything to do to provide the bread for us. You are okay if you need to have only for it rice and eggs. It's okay. Perfect. I will provide the rice and egg for us. And she trusted me. That's what I love in Fernanda. She's a perfect partner for me. And she said okay, and she left the corporation, left the policy job she had. And when there was publicized in the official document, the official press of the Minas Gerais state, the very same day, my boss called me. We had a meeting, and he gave me a raise of salary, exactly the amount. And most of this, as I said, now I'm working the industry I love at most. I do the things I dreamed, but I never could wonder to do what I'm doing right now, to have in contact, to have access for what I am having right now. I was invited to be in Andorra, to have ski and have a world experience. I never could wonder about this. It's exactly God doing for me much more what I could ever wonder, or ever ask, or ever think. I was not able to ask to God to have the life I have right now. So this verse applied in my life every single day. Every time when I saw my kids, when I saw my family, when I saw the house I'm living, and I saw the condition I have right now, not just about money, about all the structure, I must to thank God. And that's why I like to say it for everyone. It inspired me every day to do my best. God is making my life much more than I could ever ask or think.
Awesome, Fellipe. You are like really great example of man for your wife, I guess, and as the father, I see how your eyes are firing when you're talking about your family. It's really awesome to see in the man. And thank you for sharing that here, and thank you for being with me today.
No, thank you very much. It was amazing.